2 seconds if anyone's watching. Figuring this out with Coleman. I want to make sure we're live. Coleman, are we live, my friend? I hope we're not. I hope we're not live. Folks, I certainly hope not. Coleman, talk to me. Live. All right, good. Boom. And boom. We are rolling, folks. Another edition Beyond Average. Was it Wednesday, March 6th, 2024? As I am coming to you, I hope you are having a great day wherever the hell you are, whenever you are listening to this. Apologies if I'm a little discombobulated. I'm getting a little settled here. I just got out of the shower, so give me 1 second. Today, though, we are joined by our producer candidate, my favorite guy in the world, Mr. Jack Coleman. Jack, how you doing today? Boring as ever. Okay, sounds good. Mickey Bits, baby. We're off to a hot start. Listen, we'll talk about the stream in just a minute. We're going to bring Montante on here as well. But first, I have an announcement off the top. I had to do this off the top. I have to say thank you. Thank you, Kirk. I appreciate it. This opportunity is, honestly, it's one of the nicest things anyone ever done for me. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Certainly do not ever expect the Beyond Average podcast to share a home with the Kirk Minihane show, but you will find BAP exclusively here on the KMS YouTube channel going forward. As I said, we got Montante jumping on with us in just a couple of minutes. We actually recorded last night. Did, I don't know, 45 minutes or so talking about the stream, this, that, and the other. I call him today and I'm like, hey, I call him to ask to come back on the show. I'd rather talk about the result of the stream than us, babbling on during the stream. And this kid just starts getting me mad already. He's like, oh, I know what this is. Oh, you're going back on your take. You're doing this. You're doing that. It's Montante. I'm like, okay, Montante, I get it. I get it. I get it, pal. So he's going to be on here in just a minute. But what else we got, though? Let me think. Before we jump into him, let me talk about some of the other shows that are going to be on the network. Drips in the Office just premiered. First time ever. Give the fellas a round of applause. Honestly, the fellas were fantastic. The Drips, I love getting drippy. I'm going to get drippy every single Wednesday night. If they want to do that, I'm in. I'm absolutely in. The KMS Rundown, I believe they're going to be on here. Ziggy Robinson, what a talent. Hey, Little People, Big World guy. Is he still? I think there's rumors of his show as well. Goose and the Juice. You tell me, folks. What are you looking forward to the most? And what is going on here with Clemmer? Is his stream still happening? Because the last I checked, it was canceled. Then it's re-uploaded. It was trending. He went viral. What the hell's going on with Clemmer? What in the hell is going on with Chris Clemmer right now? Listen, he got a little hostile when I was in the when I was streaming with Coleman and Blind Mike. Justin pulled up the live feed and he started to get a little hostile. I didn't know what was going on. It sounds like things have gotten worse since. I don't. The content itself, I'm for it. Everybody's, some people are saying he's just sleeping. He's a crazy person, though. He's going to be ranting into the camera. He's fighting with the producers already. He's got 2 days. He's got 2 days left. He's going to lose his mind. He's going to absolutely lose his mind. I'm going to wait till Montante gets on here till we start talking about the stream because I have many thoughts and I'm not happy with him. I guess we can address the scrubbed audio right now and kind of what you can expect with Beyond Average podcast going forward. First of all, last week, pathetic by me. You simply cannot preach transparency. You can't say you're going to be truthful on the podcast. You can't do that. And the very next episode, scrub some audio, right? I get it. It's a bad look. Certainly did not want to do it. But I don't know. At the time, felt like the right move. Back on it. I probably shouldn't have talked about that sort of thing on this podcast because I can't articulate anything right. So, hey, we got Montante. Hold on. There he is.
I was enjoying solo podcast Mick voice for a little bit. I'm a little upset you brought me in so early.
Yeah, you see me panicking there? I'm running out of steam. How you doing?
Good. I was just watching back a little bit from my match earlier on Sunday.
Okay.
That game show thing is very funny. Very funny.
True.
I was just listening back to some of it. They're doing a great job of that.
Yeah. I didn't realize that you lose points. I didn't know you lose points for
No, that's a crusher. That you really have to take that into account.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good. By the way, if you think about it, what's Beanbag Ron does a great. That's very hard to come up with that many questions. You have to have.
He's a talent.
25. Oh, he's very talented. You have at least 27 questions per game. Good for him.
Yeah. No, for sure. So tell the people what you said to me right on the phone right away. I mean, I didn't get 2 sentences off before you started bickering and yelling at me. What was that about?
Yeah. So as soon as we were done with the stream last night, it was over, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so right on that." And I was like, "Can Mick stomach?" Because I know you're not. As soon as I'm done recording, I put something on.
Joke real quick. Was that an IBS joke?
And I'll take credit for it, but it was not. But okay. I will lie and tell you that yes, that was what I meant. I put it up immediately. Lord knows what you do between your time you're done and post. It sometimes takes weeks. But I was like, all right, so he's not going to post it immediately. I was very right. I went up right after we were done. You said it would take, a couple days. I was like, is he just going to...
What are you talking about? Upload it today. What are you talking about? We recorded last night.
Numb nuts. It usually takes a couple days. But you said that the stream would be done like Thursday, Friday, whatever you said. And I said it'd be done that night. I was like, is he going to fall back on the fact that he takes a little bit to post, and by the time he posts it, it won't, it'll be not relevant and whatnot, just to get rid of his terrible take. So when you called me today, I was triggered by the thought of this because you said this stream would go on till Thursday.
I said it would go on till today, which is Wednesday at 3 p.m. And
longer than me.
It's a terrible take. I mean, Montante was right. How's that? But that's not a terrible take.
That's all right. No, let's just end with Montante was right. But yeah, I already had this conversation in my head like 2 or 3 times. So when you called me, I was triggered. I was ready to go.
Fair enough. What think of the ending game? Are you giving credit? Tell me, Jim.
You have to. I called in. I said the fact that he was never going to get it right. It's impossible. But the fact that he actually stuck through it. There was a couple times where I thought he was done. I actually think if that kept going, I think Justin might have stepped out before Coleman did.
Justin was starting to lose it. He certainly was starting to. He was starting a little bit. You could tell the vibes were getting low. But I don't blame him. Yeah. I mean, that studio did not smell great when I was in there, and they did a full 24 hours after that. So. I
think doesn't smell great, on a normal day, let alone hour 36. So, no, good. Coleman just persevered. It's funny seeing the counter from Tim and Ken. He said the name, like he started off like John. He had like 30 different John and Frank combos. But he got there eventually. I still haven't seen the last 5 minutes to the buildup of it. I just see where they get it and they celebrate. I haven't seen like the previous 5 minutes. How did Kirk walk him into it?
He said somehow Coleman's family friend. I think he said he had a family friend that was close to it. And then Blind Mike made a good point where he was like, if we said no to that, he never would have been able to say Jim Tomey. I think it was like Jim Tomey or Jim Tomley.
Yeah, Jim Tomei. Jim Tomei.
Exactly.
When I saw Kirk's, I just fucking award it to him. Give it to him.
And that's pretty much what it was. I mean, honestly, it's just the pronunciation of it. So he did get it. I'm giving him full credit for it.
Yeah. And he said, and everyone was saying it for so long, like different pronunciations. By the time the thing was done, I was now confused with how to say Tomei, Jim Tomei. Tomei. Like, I'm still confused by it, but no, he got it.
Is Coleman a made man as far as the Minifans are concerned now?
He has to be.
I think so.
It won't last long.
Your call got dismissed last night trying to give him credit, but I guess Yellowstone is more important.
This is what's great about Kirk is that stream went 38 hours. If you watch all 30 hours of that, you need therapy. You need help. Talk to somebody. Better help. Put the read in here. Like I would check in. By the way, I need help too. I'm checking at 3 a.m. I'm checking in periodically throughout the day. but I'm not watching the thing through and through. During prime hours, I'm watching the Knicks. During the commercial, I'm checking in real quick. I'm getting out. But yes, I'm watching a little, then I'm watching a little Yellowstone. He almost took it as a slight that I'm like not watching the thing. But trust me, if you've seen 5 minutes of this stream up until when they got the last name, you've seen it all.
Are you going to make me pull up your Twitter? Are you going to make me? Did you tweet about the stream? Do I have to do this? Were you tweeting about the stream? Is there, were you a team player? Are you just tweeting Yellowstone? Because I personally, Montante, I have a gripe if you're not just tweeting. If you're just tweeting about Yellowstone,
I put up. I definitely indirectly tweeted about the stream. I put up a Jim Tomei jersey.
All right, I'll try. I'll take your word for it.
I was just blown away in the moment. Season 5 of Yellowstone is the worst thing you've ever seen in your life. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So I couldn't stand it. I had to put something out there. But no, it's just funny. Just like Kirk, like I know, go in there when I'm in there. I love the show. Listen multiple times, but God forbid you put out a fucking Yellowstone take and not watch an hour 37 of the stream. It's like, all right, get rid of them. Yeah, but it's what it is. What it is.
No,
what are you gonna do?
But with Coleman though, it seemed like the reaction is 50-50. Some people, are almost more mad at him. You made a good point last night. I know, again, we recorded last night. You were right. You made a great point in saying that I think a lot of people just wanted the show back because they love the show so much.
Yeah.
And I think
you're not even releasing that.
What do you want? We're talking right now. What are we talking? We're talking about the stream? No, we're talking right now.
That's unbelievable. So what I said last night, probably better than I'm going to say
one good night on the microphone, folks. One good night on the mic, and all of a sudden he just has to release it.
All I said last night beautifully was the normal people who listen to the show probably are enthralled by the whole stream, but want to get back to normalcy, have some normal shows when they do their work and get back to the normal scheduling. And the people who kind of are fringe fans and just see clips on Twitter would be more entertained by the stream than the hardcore Minute fan. I said that last night very well. I guess you guys are never gonna fucking hear it, but yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, there's definitely something to that. Like I'm glad it's over. I think all parties involved are glad it's over. I'm looking forward to a normal show tomorrow.
Oh man, so I couldn't disagree more. I'm not gonna lie. Not that I'm obviously looking forward to the normal show. It's fantastic, but I mean I'm kind of upset that it's over. I would love to be going in there tonight with the fellas. As stupid as it sounds, and it's a testament how
it sounds stupid.
Well, it's a testament to how pathetic I am. So,
fair.
But I will say, when I left that studio, I was like, take it easy, guys. I got a little envious the next day when I started Blind Mike still in there, kind of still figuring it out, yelling at Coleman, calling him an asshole. I was like, fuck, I wish I was there still. But
yeah, Blind Mike was fucking into it, man. He got in there the one day, like 7 a.m., then left. He was there when they got it, right?
Yeah, he was there. So he showed up at like 5 a.m. I showed up at 3. I think he showed up right around 5:30 or so, and then he stayed till after I left, after the main show, like when Kirk got there, and then he came back as well. So I mean, he put in a shift for sure.
Yeah, for sure. He absolutely loved. By the way, a shift where you're getting quick quips in here and there. You're not having these long, monologues. Right. So you're just there just to enjoy it and just hear John.
It was
Johnson. Yeah, like that. Yeah. That's all. One of my favorite parts that kind of went under the radar was I think the second to last day, Blind Mike, after putting the shift, was like, all right, I'm gonna head out, and Kirk was like, no, I'm leaving soon too. Like, just wait a little bit. He waits 20 minutes, and then the average person listening, maybe not a diehard fan, is like, oh, okay, Kirk's gonna drive him home. No. not at all. They just want to walk out the door at the same time, which is very funny. Which is very, very funny. True. Like that's perfect. So
it really is. That's such a great point.
When that moment happens, Blind Mike's he's not thinking like, oh, is Kirk gonna drive me home? No, he's like, oh no, he just wants me here another 20 minutes, like with him.
Right, exactly.
If you get it, you get it, and that's very indicative of the show.
It's such a great point. Anybody who like doesn't listen to the show that much, and you heard that, you'd be like, oh, what a nice guy Kirk is. He's driving him home.
Carpooling. He's driving a blind guy home 5 minutes. No, he's not doing that.
No.
Close.
Do you know what's going on with Clemmer's stream? I was ranting and raving about that before you got on. What the hell has happened to that?
I saw Portnoy put out a video saying that the Clemaholics won out and that they're bringing it back. And then I saw Kirk put up the very funny tweet, said this is all my fault, which it is.
Technically, yeah.
100%. Where he's doing impressions, he's moving chairs, talking to himself, which I think is the best Clemmer. That's the best version of Clemmer. So,
yeah. What did you make of the KMS producer stream going on during Clemmer's stream last night? You had a take on it. I'm very curious if it's the same take.
That's not out there, huh? Yeah, so I broke. Unbelievable. So we're on year 4, I believe, of KMS. Right, 365. Although this year 366 days, so you have to take that into account. Days a year. So roughly 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We'll say there's 1,720 days since they started the show. There's a 1 in 1,720 chance that this was not a coincidence. So if you play the odds like me as a gambler, I'm starting to think this may not be a coincidence. But like I said last night, this was such a good take. I'm actually happy I get to say it again. I think he did not do it in a mean-spirited way to cuck Clemmer and like shit on him. He kind of did it as like in a playful way, take some views away in the meantime, but it just ramped up the overall streaming thing they have going. And now those people pivoted to Clemmer. And that's why I said that was my main genesis of him ending it last night, was to not ruin Clemmer's stream, kind of just fuck with him in the beginning and then hand him back the reins last night.
So you don't think it was intention? You don't think it was at all intention to fuck with Clemmer?
No, like I said, there's a 1 in 1,720 chance that was a coincidence, which means he definitely did it to fuck with him.
I got you.
1,000,000%. But he's not mean spirited to where if he wanted to, he could say, "Hey, Coleman, you're gonna say this name, you're gonna say it correctly, or you're never leaving here." And then he could have ended it on Friday because he would not have gotten it smoothly. So that's why he was kind of hoping it happened, kind of be a little more lenient. So get out of there, do a normal show, let Clemmer, finish with all the steam in the world.
I guess I would ask you, do you think Clemmer will find that playful? Do you think? Yeah,
absolutely. And by the way, even the fact it wasn't a challenge like name all state capitals, which which probably just as hard if you don't know them, right? You're just grasping air there. But the fact that you tied into baseball and it's something that Clemmer got in fucking 5 minutes, he'll see the humor in that, of course. Yeah.
I guess do you think you don't think the whole like home run derby list and that wasn't a bit? You're saying just him running with it during Clemmer's stream was just kind of came up naturally. You don't think that they planned it, right?
No, hell no. But once that thing popped up, he probably had this idea in the back of his mind, and he goes, "All right, well, there we go. There's. Now we're good. Now off to the races."
Yeah, and I think him tweeting out that he would host Clemmer's stream shows that it's it wasn't super malicious. It was more just kind of
course.
Yeah.
Put it this way: in a bizarre world, if Coleman knocked out that list in 10 minutes, I don't think Kirk's thinking in the back of his mind for a plan B for a stream to keep them all there. He goes, "Okay, I had an idea. Turns out it didn't work. I'll see you guys tomorrow."
Yeah.
It just kind of happened perfectly.
Overall, like with the stream, like that's not typically a KMS thing. The live streams with the overnight 36-hour thing. They do wacky stuff, but that alone, I feel like that's probably a first, right?
Oh, for sure. And I know they talked, was it maybe the late first year or early second year they did the pod. They were talking about doing breaking the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest pod. And they're talking about some shit like that. I forget the duration that they had a break, but I'd be curious if they got close with that. No, I actually don't think they did. Do you remember that? What was it like 4 or 5 days in a row for the world's longest podcast?
I think
do you remember? You know what I'm referencing?
I think so. I don't remember the exact conversation, but yeah, I remember something about it.
Steve was there during that, but no, I thought it was good, but not to say Jersey Jerry's doing anything wrong. It's kind of getting played out. Like I think his stream last night, from the clip that they tweeted, Jerry After Dark, like even the people, like the producers doing it, it was kind of seemed like a forced celebration of when he completed it to compare it to when he did the hole in one thing. It's just pure, genuine joy and kind of just like, this is what we have to do. You can't overdo it. And I think there's no way KMS overdoes it. They're not going to be doing that every 3 months, every 5 months. The next time you have a challenge, it might be, 2-3 years from now. Like I'd be stunned if they do it relatively soon.
That's fair. Let me ask you, as the future producer of the Mutt and Cullinane show.
Yes.
How you doing?
Is that on? Is that on from last night?
Nothing's out from last. What are you missing, Montante? Nothing's out from last night. Damn it! Holy shit! Oh my god! Jesus, how many times?
I thought you cut it. I thought I had gold last night. I have to do this again. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing the bit again.
You're not. No.
All right. You asked this last night, and then I played. I went along with it for like 5 minutes. You believed me, and then I had to tell you that I'm joking, you moron. You didn't. You gotta release that at least. Put that out for the clip.
I'll put the clip out.
That was funny.
I'll put the clip out. I'll be fair and I'll put the clip out. You got me with the satire. You nailed me there. You absolutely nailed. But I feel like I said that phrase 10 times that we are doing this show as if that one didn't happen. But it's okay.
All right, I'll take you literally now.
No, for real. Obviously, I know that you are not going to be producing that show, or you haven't been asked to yet. But do you see a world where do you see where I had a point? Because I think you would be a great producer of that show.
Yeah. I think I think anybody would be good at it. And like I said, I think
you think anybody would be good at it
for the most part. Like, well, John from Scranton can ruin anything, so I'll walk that sucker back.
There you go.
You'd be good at it. By the way, producing over StreamYard is not really producing. This is what I touched on last night. Like, I can do StreamYard with anybody. I can produce a podcast. Shout out to you in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I don't know what they're saying, but I could figure out when they're done and post it up to a fucking thing. So, that's not real true producing. But no, that's Colony definitely wants that 10 times more than Mutt does.
You think so?
I think he'd admit it.
Do you think Colin wants to produce, or do you think he wants to be like an on-air talent?
Bit of both, and I don't think he'd ever admit it, at least publicly. But his favorite part about being with Kirk was he was a de facto second, not host, but he was a second or third voice. He liked being able to talk a bit, and nothing against Justin or Coleman. Even Colleen on his worst day is better on a microphone than them two.
Really? That's a take.
I don't think it is. I think it'd be a take if you said otherwise.
Are you saying like articulating, or because I feel like sometimes Cullinan's annoying. I feel like at times Cullinan would kind of derail the show.
I guess he's more articulate. He's more.
You're saying like comfortability. Okay, all right.
Yeah, everything.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. He certainly had a hell of a call-in last week when he was screaming. That guy. Nobody revs it up like Dave. For the most part, he doesn't make any sense when he does it, and nor do I. But that was a perfect combination of two goddamn idiots. Just neither one of us were gonna let it. I like Cullinan. I think he's a good guy. I will always hold him endorsing you. A little slight towards Cullinan. I'm a Montante guy. I am a Montante.
I feel like I'm the day. Yeah, we did this last night. I told you last night that the only reason he did that, he's a simple man like I am. So I get simple brains. I can never try to pretend to get in the brain of a brainiac or a surgeon. I'll never even pretend, but I can get in the brain of a moron because I am one. He was handed the Montante shirt. By the way, the guy who I retweeted instantly, right? Quick retweet. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Mickey Meltdown. Meltdown. Yeah. The guy who put up that poll was the same guy who made these Montante to KMS shirts, which could be the worst money ever spent in human history. He handed Dave that shirt. If Dave doesn't get that shirt, he gives you the green light that night. I'm sure of it. That pushed him over the end.
Over the edge. My biggest gripe with Cullinan is the Montante's guy thing, his endorsement to you, which I'm not mad he endorsed you. I'm mad he didn't endorse me. I actually said it right before the show. Mongo Mike interviewed us during the thing, and he's like, "Who do you want to get the job?" I was like, I hope Montante gets it if I don't. So I was on record.
Mongo Mike is a great guy because he asked me those awkward questions. Yeah. And he was like, "Who do you think wins?" And I looked dead straight in the camera. I go, "Oh, I win." He's so nice, and I'll play that. And I wasn't even trying to play up a bit. I was sure of it. It was not, yeah. But Mongo Mike's a good guy. I don't know what happened. I thought he was supposed to do something with now the Funk Network,
the Junior Varsity Network, the AAA ball.
I won't say I like Metters. I don't want to stress him out.
Come on. That's a Junior Varsity Network now.
A lot changed since we recorded last night. He did that whole video today. It was pretty predictable.
What was he saying?
He's removing Kirk from anything to do with the network, and the Metters Minifan Network will.
The Metters Minifan Network. That's a play off his last name, for God's sakes.
Yeah, the whole thing's fucking silly. But that's Metters.
Oh, that's the Australian. He's a crazy one. He certainly is. You listened to the last BAP episode, I imagine, right?
I did. I can't do this twice. I don't know how you're doing this right now. What? You're unbelievable.
Did I ask you this last night? Did I say it like that?
This is take 2. I can't do 2 takes.
Oh
you can do it all day. Oh, here, you'll do it 30.
What did you make? Okay, what did you make of me talking about Big Cat and Kirk and that whole reaction, that whole thing, and the phone call on Friday? What'd you make of it? Okay, we'll pretend that's a crazy question. Go ahead.
It's funny you should ask. I haven't thought about this in about
I
24 hours. I think I sympathize with you and get where you're coming from, but at the same time, get why people think it's a little cringe. And I also get why you went in there that day waiting for the gotcha moment, thinking that this message was shared.
Yeah, was that a crazy assumption?
No, I would operate under the assumption that the message was shared. Now, the thing, I'm sure you checked when you sent that message. Were you checking like every 2 hours to see if it was marked red?
I doubt he has his reds on. I wasn't checking. No,
it's Instagram. You sent it on Instagram, right? Or no, you said it on Twitter.
Yeah.
That changes it a bit, but no, I didn't think anything about that was crazy. And like I said, what I like about you, and you were comatose the last 2 or 3 appearances before last, which I said, and I stand by it, was the best show of 2024. Your last Tuesday appearance was you're genuine when you're being spun up like that and you're going crazy. That's not a bit. That's not an act. And what really solidifies that is the next day you answer the phone, you own it, you laugh about it, and the world moves on. I think you handled that fine, and I think you got really good. It changed a lot of the feeling on you after that show. People were probably thinking, I found this guy entertaining at some point. What the hell did I miss? And then that Tuesday show happened, and they're like, okay, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly comes natural. I mean, we can bits, we fuck around, but like the actual getting mad and crazy and screaming like that, there was no like, I don't know. I feel like nobody can kind of make that up. Like it's genuine. That being said, I think at times like I think people just they hear what I'm saying and they take it so literal. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm fucking. What's the score of the Knicks? What are you looking at right now? What the fuck are you looking at?
We have a CONCACAF Champions game here. I got you can see that. I picked up on that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Columbus is on the road right now in Houston. I have Houston plus 165. Something just occurred. I don't know what occurred. Something did occur though. The score is maybe nothing occurred.
The Garden State gambling man, folks.
Score was 0-0, but someone just scored. They must have waved it off. I think VAR must have waved it off. I thought, yeah, okay. Anyway, carry on.
I don't even remember exactly what I was saying, but I'll just ask you this. What the hell's up with Montante's world? What are you doing? And I asked you this last night. So again, he's going to be like, oh, God, I don't know. What the fuck do you want out of all of this?
Not as bad as Justin's impression, but not far off.
A little deeper than Justin.
What I sound like. Nothing to do too much. We're doing some conspiracy shows with my buddy E. I spoke with Thomas Shattuck today, briefly. Very briefly. I called him because I thought he was a pussy on his last show. When I listened to Tom's show, yeah, I'm down on. I need something to listen to. Get back to doing normal shows, KMS, please. But he went out of his way to say he likes the conspiracy shows and he likes that kid E, which I found funny. Did a show when they do. I like doing those shows too. Not too much KMS based as much as it was because, I don't know if you heard about this, but Daver is kind of out of the world now. I had a little bit of a issue arise and took the pussy way out. Have
you any contact with him?
Very brief text. I didn't say this last night. Contemplating. He ended our last text with, "As long as you guys are having fun." It's like, all right, man. I don't feel bad for you anymore. Like, I don't think I really ever felt bad for you, but like, if that's your takeaway, it's like, all right, man. Like,
that makes me
you're 40. You're a 42-year-old man. Like, get over it. Grow up.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as you guys are having fun. Shut up. Tell the truth one time.
Yeah, but like that actually makes me feel like something might be wrong there. So
that's why I'm saying he's not coming back. That's
you think for sure. You think there's no way?
No, you text like that. Oh, as long as you guys are having fun. No, he has no intention. No shot. You'll see him in the afterlife.
Back to my original question. What would you want out of all of this? You started a podcast, fucking 4 years ago? Montante's World? How long has it been going?
I don't know. We're on episode like 163. If something came out of it, fantastic. I am operating on the assumption nothing will ever come out of it, and that's more than fine by me. I have a job right now where.
But hold on. More has already came out of it than I imagined what you originally thought.
Not monetarily.
No, but just not monetarily, but opportunity. And I guess I don't think you thought the day you started Montante's World that you would appear on the Kirk Minihane show, doing a show with me right now, 5 years later on the Kirk Minihane.
No, if I knew that, I probably would not have started in the first place. If I knew this was the end goal 4 years later, but here we are. Here we both are. No, I generally enjoy doing it. The moment I don't enjoy doing it, whether I'm making a little money doing it or none, it's just I'm out of it because it's not like Kirk's in a weird predicament. Although not really, because he has more money because he comes from a nice, wealthy family. Nothing against that. But like I'd be curious, like people who just lose their lust for it, but are good at it and get paid as a career. Do you just power through it? I'll never have that issue. So the moment I don't like doing this, it could happen tomorrow when I wake up for no reason. It's over. But as of right now, I really like doing it.
You say that you would never have that issue, but you're somebody who tried out for the producer job, and he's talked about that. If you were around here more, you would have a real chance of getting that job. So I don't think that. I think you're selling yourself a little short, which is crazy for me to say.
No, the producer thing that thing's never happening. Like I said, now Coleman has.
But I'm saying it's not happening now. But I'm saying at the time, right? You said you didn't expect anything to come out of this. But I mean, at the time,
no, actually, no. I think on maybe the first or second Montante's World, I started Montante's World with trying to build up a resume to take over, believe it or not, the Jerry Callahan show. This is before Carano got it and turned the show gay for a bit. I wanted to take it, but I didn't know anything, and I said that very early on, very open about that. So yeah, right. So like when I got the opportunity to go there for the producer search, I was like, oh, this is like perfect. This is everything this is why I did it. Like, I'm glad it could be coming to fruition. But yeah, then it, I don't know if you know this, Mick, neither of us won. Did you?
Right.
You aware of that?
Okay. Yeah, I lost twice. Don't worry.
I know, but you're done working for free, right?
That's right. Yeah. Anything. Not free. Yeah.
That's right. Good. No. And I think that's good. Yeah. As a man your age, you gotta take a stand. So good on you.
That's right.
But I was like, so I have no issue. Again, I understand. I'm at peace with. I'll probably never have a paid role. Maybe some advertising for them if they ever send me the metrics and the numbers. But it's fine. It is what it is. The show rolls on. I love the show. I wasn't doing it just to get hired like Will, to get my foot in the bar stool.
That's a shot.
I think he'd admit it. Right? I mean, the kid's gone.
Yeah, I mean, he was. If anybody needs to be accused of using that platform, it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd be the first one to admit it. But no, it is what it is. And like I said, I'm 99% sure no money will ever come from me speaking to a microphone by myself. But hey, that 1% that's out there, I'm open to it.
What about not by yourself though? Like, I mean, it's Barstool obviously, but to say any media company, any gambling company, like you're a gambler and you put out content talking about it all the time. Like that's not that crazy that they would hire you or at least give you an opportunity. No.
Do they need a guy who's tweeting just on a Tuesday night sobers could be anti-trans stuff? Do they need that? Probably not. They don't need that.
I love how honest you are.
They probably don't need that. So, and I get that. But when I see an article that's going to annoy me, I'm going to tweet something. So I get it all around.
Yeah.
Now, if Clay Travis, if you want a guy who actually is a legitimate gambler, is not crazy about the trans people, and is funny once in a while, maybe reach out.
Okay, wow.
But if not,
so the door's open. You're saying the door's.
I think that's the only. I honestly don't even think.
Fucking get.
Even in a bizarre world, that was interesting enough to go to Barstool. I don't think I could, even though Dave owns it and they're not like publicly owned anymore. I just don't think the juice would be worth the squeeze.
What do you mean? Why are you saying? Why? I feel like you're fucking agent. Why are you saying that? Why? What do you mean?
Just because, like Jersey Jerry, like hints. Like Jerry Rapino, the reason why it's funny because he's like right wing, but Jerry's not tweeting like Republican right wing.
Can you put a muzzle on it a little bit? Can you contain it?
I can't. Legitimately, when I'm not tweeting that shit, I'm at 7-Eleven arguing with people about trans. Yeah, I can't help myself. So that's what I'm saying.
When are you at peace? When other than when a gambling line hits, when are you at peace? I'm very curious about this.
I don't think I ever met peace. I'm just.
That's fair.
I walk around like a psychopath, speaking to myself, walking my dog. I'm not well in the head, and I get that. That's why it's like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't, I can't shut it down.
Trust me,
I get 24/7.
I get it. I get it completely. Are you going to have Montante's World here on the Kirk Minihane Show Network?
No, I have a little bit of OCD. I've never had it really on here. I never will. Nothing personal about it. I don't think you'd. If I had maybe like a real show-based show, like maybe even if it's just like a Vigilance Dave or if I had Blind Mike or somebody on again, maybe if they wanted it, but I doubt. I don't know. I don't like. I like just the audio version only. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I like that.
Oh, you think you're like me? You have a face for radio.
Yeah, Lord knows that. Yeah, exactly. If I was hot, everything would be streamed.
A little bit different, right?
Absolutely, everything would be streamed.
The bits get a lot funnier when you're good looking. So
yeah, exactly. 100%.
Again, the other question I asked you, we talked about the third chairs.
Before you go on, are you gonna say like halfway through last night's show, you said a very funny black joke? Are you gonna do that again, or?
I would ask you to be careful, reminding you that we are on the Kirk Minihane Show Network right now. Not Montante's World. I don't know what that joke was. If you want to give a PG version of it, or maybe
You said it, man. It's your joke. You said it was a Mick original, so I'll leave it alone.
You said something different about Clemmer, but that's okay. That's fine. That's totally fine.
Very good. Very good. Carry on. Ask what you're saying.
What the heck else do we have here? What did you make of Drips in the Office? Did you watch any of that?
No, I saw the
Yellowstone.
No, I can talk about Yellowstone for a few minutes. Every time I go on YouTube now, everything KMS related is always suggested. So I saw that it was upcoming. So the thumbnail looked great.
No,
I did not see it. How long did they go for?
I think like 50 minutes or so.
Yeah. Are you serious?
I think so. I unless my stream was delayed and I didn't realize it wasn't live, but yeah, I think they were going to like 45.
I will definitely check that out. No. I like both those guys a whole lot. So
you stock down for those guys, John and Warren and Patty Ford.
Oh yeah. So last night we did this. I said stock is up on Ford, stock up on John and Warren. And the only person my stock is down on is Gus. He's absolutely useless.
I don't think Gus is useless right now. I really don't think that. I don't think Gus's stock has probably ever been higher, other than the fact that he couldn't come to the stream. You want to know why? Because I think he's in a spot where he goes in there and it shows he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he does not give a fuck. He had, the stench in the bag and stuff. You think Gus would do that if he was employed there? I'm telling you, the attitude's so much different. And he doesn't even care if he sits there looking like a goddamn zombie. He could look like Coleman. I swear to God, he doesn't give a shit.
The guy doesn't have tires on his car.
I'm not saying he's perfect. He doesn't have it all figured out. I'm just saying on the show, like, I think his stock has never been probably.
You think he's good on the show as a third chair?
I don't think he drives the conversation, but I think he's funny enough where he can kind of make fun of himself and kind of, he's self-deprecating, which adds to it. No, you don't. I like how you say quiet. You're like, I'm not giving you that one.
Come on.
Who else did Blind Mike? Stock up, stock down.
The stock is steady. He's the best co-host in the biz.
Okay. What about the show overall? Since Delaware, since I last spent some meaningful time with you, how would you rate the show? What's that been?
I think the show was on a slight downward trend up until last week was vintage KMS. Last week, everything. No, not last week. The last where we're now, the last 11 days. 11 days is my final number for that. The last 11 days have been vintage KMS. Add on the stream as the cherry on top. Last week was a fantastic week of shows with you guys on Tuesday, the drips on Friday. Remarkable. Mike back. The show is buzzing again. By the way, a bad week at KMS is still fucking good. I'm listening to every second, wanting more. But yeah, the show has never been better in a standpoint as the numbers are, I'm sure, the highest they've ever been. Mm-hmm. Now the producers are back to being settled in, and the longevity of the show. This show's Kirk's gonna be there until I'm in my 50s, and I'm 32 right now. You think so? You really? I think he's there till he's dead, and he ain't gonna kill himself, right? He's been fighting those demons for a while. I think he's finally beat them, so that's really refreshing to hear. You're a medical professional yourself, which I'm gonna say right now, he beat it. So that's up to him. The battles every day. As of right now, he's winning. Thank God. I think Kirk loves the company. If Portnoy left tomorrow, different conversation. He loves the company. As long as Portnoy is there, I think Kirk is there.
I agree with that. I think things could change quickly if Dave wasn't involved. But I think, I mean, you're saying another 18 years? Is that what you just?
Yeah, because he could do it forever. I like the idea of like really old Kirk. Like, you think he's cranky now?
Like a 60-year-old
Kirk? What's a 67-year-old Kirk they're talking about?
Holy shit! I
think we find out.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
I really do.
Citizen Kirk yelling in the microphone, screaming at 24 years old.
He'll be such a fucking cocksucking curmudgeon to be perfect.
That's so true. I never thought of that.
As long as Portnoy is there, I think Kirk is there. He won't admit it, but he likes it. He likes it. And he's good at it, so why not like it?
He said he would sign for 4 more years today, right? And that was what he said a few weeks ago or a couple days ago, whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the relationship with Dave definitely has something to do with it. And I also think like I don't know if it's the show has now kind of completely established itself. Like he's going to grow the show and it's always going to get bigger and bigger the longer he does it. But I think, the less stress of like kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here. I feel like once you become established, it becomes a little less stressful at times and then also probably more stressful at times because you want to grow the show, but you also know you have that built-in audience no matter what.
For the most part, I think that would be a true statement, but Kirk doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's true.
He doesn't look at the numbers. He doesn't care. He just goes in, does his thing, and leaves. He doesn't look at the numbers. He doesn't care about growing the show, which if you're a normal company,
I disagree with that, though. I disagree. I don't think that's true.
You think he cares about his numbers and growing the show?
I'm not saying he's going to voluntarily do what everybody else does to do it. Certainly not. But I think he cares and he wants the show to be big. I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
I think he wants to have a good time doing the show and put out what he thinks is a good product. And then if the numbers happen to coincide with growing, good. But I don't think he'll do anything different to grow the show if it's not authentic to himself.
That's fair. That I would agree with that. That's definitely, I think that's probably the right take too. I think you got to give a little bit sometimes, but I think he's probably the one guy that he's not going to give much on his own content.
And Portnoy gets that. Like, he's not going to ask Kirk to do anything special because he knows he won't, and it could blow up in his face. So let Kirk be Kirk. Let him do what he's got to do. He's good at it. It'll help the company grow, and business rolls on.
This is a little switch up here. Something I said on the last episode was open caskets are inappropriate on my last appearance in KMS. I was curious to your take on that.
I think it's case by case basis.
Give me more.
My friend who shot himself in the head with a shotgun.
Right.
No, I won't go open case for that one.
Right. I was closing it. I'm sorry. I was closing it there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Yeah. Don't do that. Not enough super glue in the world to make that thing look good. A 79-year-old lady who dies in her sleep of a fucking heart attack. Yeah, put some fucking stockings on the old bitch and put some makeup on. Let's see her one last time.
So
it's a case by case.
I don't know. I feel like every single time I've done it, it's been extremely uncomfortable. Granted, I'm lucky enough where like nobody super close to me has passed away. So I guess I don't know. Maybe it'd be different. You want to see them like one last time, but isn't that what the funeral's for? Don't you see them at the funeral?
No, I want to see one last time up and close. I like the open cast.
That's fucking crazy. That is a fucking crazy thing. I like the open.
It's some closure. I like an open casket. As long come on. I'd rather see him alive, but if I don't get that option, let me see him one last time.
That's true. But don't you think it's a little weird when people like bow over the thing? And Kirk had said some people kiss them, like older people will like touch them. That to me is crazy.
I've seen a kiss in the cheek before.
Oh my God, I would throw up. I would throw right up. That is disgusting. You're kissing a dead person.
I don't know what to do because I never got baptized. I'm going right to hell. Never did CCD. So I walk up and I kind of like want to like out of respect just stand there for 6 seconds. Then I keep moving. I would love to know the routine to like do an actual like pray thing. I don't have it in me. I think I'll have that in the next 5 or 6 years. I'm gonna start going to church because I think everyone who does it right now is like wrong. So we're gonna get there. But right now, I don't have that in me. But I will walk up to a dead body, look at it for 5 seconds, pay my respects, and keep moving.
So I want on the record, you said 5 or 6 years you're gonna start becoming. What religion do you know yet?
I won't be a Jew. I'll tell you that. I'm joking. That's tough. Probably some form of Christianity.
You're literally gonna get me killed.
Hey, this is I'm telling you.
Um,
earlier.
all right. All right, Montante.
Where do you go from here? You see, we got to pivot. You got to be good host. You got to pivot.
Let me ask you.
From the Jew comment.
Yeah, let me get away from that for just a moment here. I don't even know where I want to go with this. You got me all discombobulated right now. Do you have anything for me? Do you have any questions for Beyond Average? Anything?
No, I think that's a good way to end it.
All right. I was going to ask you the Sydney Sweeney thing. Do you want to ruin some more, or do you want to say anything more appropriate?
No. I think Sydney Sweeney, good pair of tits, but she's incredibly average.
No.
She's not incredibly. She's very good looking, but people are treating her like she's like a Madonna in her prime, or who's the better one? Marilyn Monroe. She's not that. She's far from that. And let's stop treating her as such as a society.
She's the Gen X Marilyn Monroe. I actually probably would agree with that. They're
trying to say so. I'm not buying it. No shot.
What did you make of the SNL? The love.
I just saw the gif of her fucking tits bouncing for 3 seconds.
That's all you care about, but
I didn't care. They did nothing for me. It's just like people are so shallow. Not me.
I was going to ask a question on the end here about Antonio Brown, and I was going to say, what Barstool athlete or what athlete would you bring to the KMS world? Are you capable of handling that without getting us canceled?
Yeah, I can handle that.
What athlete would you bring to the KMS world? I mean, obviously, Jared Goff is a rumored Minifan. But I don't think his personality would be.
No, I don't know much. I mean, he did the Eli Manning, similar Eli Manning thing. Went to high school and like put a wig on and threw the football for a little bit. That was funny. Who makes me laugh? I like Scotty Barnes. Have you been keeping up with Scotty Barnes?
I know who he is, but no, I'm not keeping up.
Apparently, he's like mind-numbingly autistic, and like if you search Scotty Barnes on Twitter right now, you'll see like a highlight reel of him just being off the spectrum. So he makes me laugh. That would be good. That'd be him and maybe Frank the Tank doing an autistic show. It would make me laugh.
What about
who
like?
Who else is good?
I'm trying to think like a absolute lunatic. Who's a lunatic athlete?
We don't have that many like crazies right now.
I feel like people are a little more contained nowadays, right? Like
I hate to see that too. I like the crazies. I like Antonio Brown calling everybody crackers. That's funny, but he has like too many. Like Coleman was right. He like, has like videos of him like jerking off in public pools. You can't. You can't have that. Yeah, you can't. You can't have that, but you shouldn't. You can't have that. Who's like a?
What about like
There's gotta be. There's definitely someone out there that's very obvious. I'm just not thinking of them.
I know who. I wish I could. I wish I gave you this question beforehand.
None of the Celtics are outgoing. Pats, they got nothing. Aaron Rodgers, even kind of a bit like when he's
like contained like weirdo.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel hinted the other day that he's not retired yet. Like, all right, dude, go away. That didn't work.
I'm so sick.
I don't know. That's very disappointing. I wish I had a better answer for you. I got nothing.
That's all right. I kind of put you on the spot there. So it was more about AB. Now, I was going to talk more about the AB stuff, but I think again we've probably had enough here. We've probably done just about enough.
Yeah, I'd say it's fair. That's fair.
All right. Anything else you want to get off your chest before we?
I think we covered all bases.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
Dude.
Holy shit. Holy goddamn shit. That's what you get when you have Montante on the program. Apologize there, folks. It was a joke. Let me think. What else? I was talking about what Beyond Average is right before he jumped on with us. I don't know exactly what this program is going to be. In theory, I would like to grow it a little bit and make the most out of this type of opportunity. I also wouldn't mind just contributing to this network and having fun and talking KMS. So ideally, what I'm going to tell you, this show ideally will be just an hour or so of, some form of entertainment. We're going to fuck around. We're going to have some fun. At times, we're going to talk about serious shit at the expense of myself. You can laugh. I don't care. I really don't. Doesn't matter to me. But any Minifans or anybody else who does want to jump on and is watching right now, just, maybe not tonight, but going forward, would love to have as many Minifans as we have on. There's been, I don't know, probably we've had Montante on, Daver. I'm trying to think who else. Visionless Dave. I've had a bunch of people on. So always welcome. And if anybody wants to promote anything, do something like that, just let us know and we will always share it and retweet it. Check out the other network shows. Check out KMS, obviously. Do I have to promote KMS when I'm on here? I feel like I have to, right? Check out the Kirk Minihane Show. The Kirk Minihane Show, the greatest show in the history of entertainment, folks. Check it out. Live tomorrow at 9:30. Take it easy.